Good morning and welcome to Year 4 Maths. I hope this finds you well this morning. We're going to start this morning with our usual warm-up. We have 4 questions for you to answer. I'd like you to try and answer those questions in as close to 5 minutes as you can. If you need a little bit extra time, that's perfectly okay. The 2 questions on the left here, triangular questions, they are questions we'd like you to try and do in your head. The other 2 questions, if you need to use a pencil and paper, please feel free. Please press pause while you're working and play when you are ready to resume. Press pause now. Okay, the first question this morning, we've got 384 plus 30. This is a place value question, and in this question, the only digit that we need to be changing is the tens column. So I need to add 30 to the tens column, which will give me an answer of 414. So if I start at 384 and I count on 10, 20, 30, you can see I arrive at 414. Second question this morning, 4 times 6. Well, this is a straightforward fluency times table question. However, lots of us do struggle with the 6 times table. If you're struggling with the 6 times table, why not try and apply commutative law to the question? Try switching the digits around. This will turn it into a 4 times table question. So you can see there, 4 times 6, if we switch the digits, we get 6 times 4, and 6 4s are 24. The next question is 34 times 4. Now I'm going to look at this in 2 different ways. The first method, we're going to look at the most efficient method, which is that of short multiplication. So you can see I need to line up my columns. I've got 34 and 4. First thing we need to do is we need to say 4 times 4. Okay, it's 16. You can see I've got the 6 into the ones column, but I need to carry the 1 across to the tens column. And then 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 would be 13. This gives me an answer of 136. Method 2, slightly different. We're looking at partitioning the number. So if I take the initial number 34 and I partition it, I will end up with 30 and 4. You can see underneath, I'm then ready to multiply. So 30 times 4 equals 120, and 4 times 4 is 16. 120 plus 16 would give me 136. We can check that against the other answer, and we can see there we know that we're going to be correct. The final question this morning is 76 divided by 4. What this question is really asking us is how many 4s are there in 76? First method I'm going to start on this morning is short division, abstract method. You can see I've lined it up. We sometimes call this bus stop, but we start here with the 4. And we say 4s into 7 goes 1. And with 3 left over, we put the 3 next to the 6 over here to make this 36. I then would say 4s into 36 are 9. So my answer then, with this method, is 19. If I wanted to look at method 2, I would need to partition 76, and I would probably break that up into 40 and 36. 40, because I know that 10 4s are 40, and it's a nice round chunk. So I'm going to start here. 40 divided by 4 equals 10, and 36 divided by 4 is 9. I will then need to recombine my numbers, so 10 plus 9 would leave me with 19, and if I wanted to check it against what I did earlier on, we can see that we are agreeing. This morning then, moving into the main part of our lesson, we're going to be taking yesterday's learning 1 stage further this morning. So yesterday we looked at writing amounts of money. Today we're going to be looking at comparing amounts of money. And we've got here in our star words this morning, decimal, pounds, tenth. We've got hundredth, pence, whole, and compare. Our in focus task this morning is looking at a fruit stall in Borough Market. And we're asking you to look at different fruits on the stall and looking to see if you can compare any prices. For example, being able to recognise which will be the cheapest price, which might be the most expensive price. And then finally, how did you know that? So we're going to come back to this question during our plenary at the end. Okay, let's learn. We've got two fruits in front of you here. On the left, we have a mango. On the right, I've got a pineapple. And what I want you to do is to look at the coins that are underneath and tell me what these two prices are in pounds. And then finally, which one is the most expensive and how do you know that? I want you to press pause now while you're thinking, while you're talking, while you're working, and then press play when you're ready to come back and listen. Okay, so for the mango, we have £2, £1 makes £3 and 20 pence. So we've got £3.20 for the mango. For the pineapple though, we've got £2 and 20 plus 10 is 30, so £2.30. If we have a look at this underneath here, you can see how I've written it. So we've got £2 for the mango plus £1 plus 20 gives us £3.20. For the pineapple, as we said, we have £2 and 20 and 10 gave us £2.30. So which of these two prices is the most expensive? Well, the first thing I look at is the pounds column. The mango has 3 in it, the pineapple has 2 in it. So straight away, without looking at anything else here, I know that the mango is most expensive. Now it's your turn. You can see I've got a punnet of blueberries and a punnet of strawberries here. Could you have a look at that and decide which one is most expensive? How do you know? How do you know? Press pause right now and play when you're ready to resume. Okay, the first thing we need to do with this is actually work out how much we've got here. So if I'm thinking about the blueberries, I've got £2 and I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pence. So you can see that I have £2 and 50 pence. For the strawberries, I have £2 and I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So in total, I have £2.90. Now, the second part of the question, which was to say which one was most expensive and how did I know? Well, the first thing I would look at are the pounds. Now, in this case, they're both the same. And if the pounds are the same, then we have to move to the tens column. In this case, there is 9 in the tens column, and 9 lots of 10 in the strawberries, but only 5 with the blueberries. That means that our strawberries are more expensive. Our strawberries are more expensive. Here, the question's asking me, what's the difference in price between apples and oranges? First of all, what is similar and what is different? Can you press pause now while you think about what's the same here and what's different? And then press play when you're ready to resume. Okay, in terms of being similar, we can see that both bags of fruit have a £2 coin and both bags of fruit have £1. Both bags of fruit have 3 lots of 10. So we're looking very similar so far. It's just the bag of oranges has 1 extra coin, a 5 pence coin. This means that the apples will be costing £3.30 while the oranges will cost £3.35. This means that the difference between the two is 5 pence. And if I want to write that, I would write it as 0.05, 5/100ths of a pound. Okay, now it's your turn. I want you to look at each group of money in turn here, and I want you to tell me which one is the most, or which one is bigger, which one's smaller, and could you try and work out what's the difference between? I want you to press pause and then press play when you're ready to resume. Okay, as you can see, we've got here on the left-hand side 50, 1 and 2. So we have 52 pence, 0.52. On the right here, we've got 20, 40, 60 pence, or 0.60. If we're looking for the difference between the two, it's the difference between 52 and 60, or 60 take away 52. Either way, the difference will be 8 pence, or 0.08. Now, the amount of money on the bottom part here, we've got £10, £20 and 10, so £20 and 10 pence. And on the right hand side, we've got £20, so similar, but we've only got 5 pence, or 0.05. So we can see that this side is bigger, and the difference between the two, that's only 5 pence bigger. The difference is 5 pence. So we're ready for our independent learning this morning. And what I would like you to do, if possible, is complete worksheet 3 on page 47 of your workbook. While you're working, please press pause. And when you're ready to resume and move into our plenary, then please press play. Okay, welcome back. Now, just for the last part of the lesson, let's revisit where we started. The in focus task at the beginning asked you to look at fruit on a market stall. And then it said, could you practice finding the difference between different items? So which one was the most expensive item? Which one was the least expensive or the cheapest item? What was the difference between those two? What I want you to do is just spend 5 or 10 minutes, just practicing, looking at amounts and seeing if you can find the difference between the two. Looking and seeing, okay, if I bought 2 items, what would it cost? Just see what you can do. Play with those prices and see how far you go with it. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.